My name's Logan, and this is episode 1 of the Blue Star Vlog. So what I want to start off with today is to kind of give a backstory as to why am I here. It might be an odd question to start off with, but I had a bit of an obscure journey to come to where I am today, but you know what? It's led me to where I am today. Not much experience in the automotive industry, but thankfully, the owner, the dealer principal, Kyle Kodaluk, he sees the big picture, and he took a chance on me, seeing the experience that I've had previously before I started here, and I do appreciate the chance that he's taken on me, and I want to make the most of this opportunity. And even though there are some ups and downs, there are definitely some challenges to this job, especially in the first year of being a car salesman. First year in, I still love it, and I will continue to love it. Keep learning every day. There's always something new, meeting new people, getting to kind of get my name out to the public, and just kind of generate myself as a business within a business. And I've always been pretty entrepreneurial minded, so it's definitely fit the way I want to live my life, and it's been able to give me the luxury of running things my way, if that makes sense. And like I said, it's not a job for everybody, but if it is a position that is suited for you, it's the best job in the world. So going back to my unorthodox journey that I said I was talking about before, I originally went to school in Oshawa, went sport management in Durham College, so I was in marketing, business, and specialized in sport, and I loved it. I worked in Toronto for a few years, working with the Toronto Raptors, worked with the Leafs, worked with the Oshawa Generals when they won the Memorial Cup, which honestly, those experiences were so much fun, and I wouldn't take anything away from what I did. Unfortunately, I realized that it's just not a career path that was suited for me. I love sports, and I always will. I even have some sports memorabilia on my desk. I do. I still love sports, and I always will. But I realized that for my own self-satisfaction, I couldn't be around sports 24/7, just because when I come home a little bit tired, I like to flip on some sports. It got to the point where once I got home from dealing with sports all day, that I would come home, flip on a basketball game or a baseball game, and I wouldn't be as engaged as I was previously, and I knew that was a sign that I had to rethink what I wanted to do with my life. And it was a big realization, but you know what, it ended up happening for the better. And so fast forward to completing the sport management aspect of my life. Fast forward to here, where I was a part-time student, kind of directionless, not really sure where I wanted to go. And next thing you know, I had an interview. He explained his vision. We sat down, and I kind of explained to him what I wanted to do with my life, and we were definitely in sync with what we saw and what we wanted, both for ourselves and just in general. So just that alone, the fact that I don't have years of experience in the automotive industry, but I am here, eager to learn just as much now as I did a year ago. And I'm always learning every day. Just when I think I know everything, I've just scratched the surface. And it can be frustrating at times, especially when I go through some challenges. And they are very tough challenges, but you know what? They build to what I'm doing, and they build to where I am now. And I just see it as a slow rise up the mountain, and it's gonna take a while, but always eager to learn, and I'm always hungry for challenges. And the big challenge that I have in my life now is learning and being the best salesperson here. And on the side, I got my music as well, and it's just kind of finding that that perfect balance between the two, and it's been a ride for sure, but I wouldn't change a thing about it. So talking about the balance between my personal life and my professional life, still working on the key ingredient to get there, but it's definitely something that it keeps me insanely busy. Whenever I'm not here, I'm either in Toronto doing rehearsals, or we have a couple gigs up there too, which, you know what, it's a lot of driving and a lot of times where there's not much downtime, and you know what, I prefer it that way. Maybe there's some people that like to enjoy their weekends to do whatever they want socially or whatever, but I'm more geared towards building and what can I do to improve, whether it's musically or professionally or wherever. I'm always wanting to learn, whether that's going to Toronto for training, doing the training with Duane Marino, which for any salesperson that is looking to learn and be given the right direction on where to go, I would highly recommend Duane Marino for the kind of insight and the advice that he has. I would recommend it to any aspiring young or older salesperson. It could be anybody really. I'm really excited with the knowledge that I was given and the information and the resources that were presented. So it just gives me more motivation to keep learning and to keep my rise of being the go-to guy. It's exciting. It's obviously it's not going to happen overnight as much as if that were the case, everybody would want to do it. But it's definitely a slow process. It definitely tests your patience, but something where you're willing to ride it out. You are hungry and you really want it, and you want it bad enough. I'm excited about what the future holds, because I have that fire, and no matter what job it is, whether it's in the car industry, music, whatever industry that you want to do, my recommendation is do what you love to do. You have to wake up and go to your job every day. So why not go to a job that you feel passionate about? Because I realized my passion's geared towards more the artistic fields and that kind of stuff, and then it ultimately led to the automotive industry. So it's been quite the ride, but you know what, it's something that I wouldn't change a thing about it. Through the ups and the downs, it's all been worth it, and I want to continue to be the best salesperson, the best human being that I could be, and I'm just excited to meet whoever comes to the door, whoever I sit down with. I want to not only be just a salesperson and just shoo you out the door after I make a sale. That's not what I'm here for, and I wouldn't get the personal satisfaction of that. Money is a resource, and it gets me to where I need to be to do the things that I want to do, but that's all it is. It's just an object. And I look at this position, I look at the bigger picture, and I see more satisfaction in being not only a salesman to my customers, but being a friend to them as well. Having that personal connection and relationship, and not being a guy that all of a sudden disappears if they have an issue with their vehicle, because a lot of the time it's not going to be 100% perfect, but you know what, I want to do my best to make it as close to perfect for every customer that I deal with.